Electric Motors Vision General Motors Corporation Maintenance Instruction 5300 Vision D engine starting and generator field decay contactors. Description: engine starting contactor shown in figure 1 is 100 ampere model equipped with the interlocking assembly. Figure 2, 1000 ampere starting contactor is not shown, basically constructed the same generator field decay contactor shown in figure 2, both starting and generator field decay contactors have the two-pole bridge type contactor. Main contact assembly consists of 4 movable, 4 stationary contacts. Movable contacts close against the mating. Stationary contacts through the bridge connectors. The substitute series circuit. No starting contactor does not have an interlocking assembly. Figure 1 shows starting contactor interlocker assembly. Figure 2 shows generator field decay contactor. Main contactors are protected with a dust cover containing small glass aperture for reviewing energized, de-energized condition of the contactor. Contactors de-energized. The 3 yellow dots visible with the aperture with a line horizontally. Interlocking assembly mounted on the bottom of the starting contactor for the bottom of the generator field decay contactor. Contactors different type of the interlockers. Electrical difference are detailed in contactor schematic diagram figure 3. Alright, shows the generator field decay contactor, interlocks A, B, push button C, D, E, F, G, H, main contacts, external connected bus bar, main magnetic coil, starting contactor, magnetic coil, plus minus, negative minus, main contacts, interlocking, starting contactors A, B, magnetic coil, main contacts, starting contactor. Contactors designed with arc suppression on some of the magnetic field is to be the interruption of the contact, open a brake circuit. The arc suppression assembly figure 4 consists of the Shepherd blowout magnet arc box for each of the 4 main contacts. The further quench the arc of each of the arc box contains lamination metal plates with the air gaps between them. Maintenance: the dust-free enclosure uses silver alloy contact, result of the minimum maintenance required to keep standard general field decay starting general field decay contactors serve as a condition. Silver alloy main contacts operate satisfactorily even though black and pitted and eroded contact surfaces should not be cleaned, dressed, or filed to ensure against possibility of abrasive particles becoming embedded with the contact surface, causing poor electrical contact, decreased contact life. Alright, figure 4 shows the arc suppression assembly. Metal plates, colored dotted 1. 1 is the arc boxes. 2 is blowout magnets. Plunger override compensated allowable contact wear, eliminating need contact adjustment due to wear. Bearing surface is designed to operate without lubrication. Do not oil or grease at any time. Inspection: remove the dust and dirt, brush air hoses. Check molded plates for brake parts for boiler breaks and cracks. 3. Check with damaged loose terminals. Coil terminals may be varnished with a piece of fine sandpaper. Do not use emery cloth or file. 4. Check oil for coil for damaged insulation. Main contact inspection: remove the 2 screws in the washer. 12. Figure 5. Hold front cover 13 in place. 2. Remove front cover by sliding cover. No. If repair of the contactor, remove the 4 screws of the washer. Upper rear of the cover plate. 15. Remove the cover plate. If repairing a general field delay contactor, remove only the 2 low screws. Lock washer. Step 3. Do not remove the rear cover of the insulator. 6. Remove 4 screws. 8. The lock washers holding rear cover 7 in place. Remove the rear cover and insulator. 6. Move 2 screws. 9. Washer holding lower base assembly 1 to guide space. 5. Separate low base assembly 1 from upper base assembly 2. Slide out 4 arc boxes. 3. 6. Check maintenance contact surface for wear. New contacts have about 1/8 inch thickness for the alloy material. For the best results, both stationary and material mating movable contacts should be replaced if either allowable tip is worn within 1/32 of an inch alloy material remains. Stationary contact replacement: remove the worn contacts, unscrewing the upper base assembly. 2. Install new contacts by screwing into the upper base assembly. Move the movable contact replacement. No. Omit steps 1 through 4 in the starting contactors. Remove the interlocking plastic cover, loosening cover screws 1. Figure 6 at front of the lifting catch, spring at the back of the interlocking assembly. Alright, 1 is your lower base assembly. 2 is the upper base assembly. 3 is the arc boxes. 4 is the interlocking. 5 is the guide spring. Guide spacer. 6 is the insulator. 7 is the rear cover. 8 is the rear cover screws. 9 Guide post screws, 10 screw, 10, 10 screw, 11 screw, 12 front screws, front cover screws, 13 front, 14 upper cover screws, 15 upper cover rear cover. Alright, general field decay contactors interlocking. 1 is a cover screw, 2 is the actuator stem, 3 right stationary contact block, 4 interlocking carrier, 6 5 lower hex head nut, 6 left stationary contact block. Right, to remove the 2 screws for the holding the interlocking right side stationary contact block, 3 labeled in EFGH. Remove the stationary contact block. 3. Unscrew the lower hex nut 5 from the actuator stem. 2. If necessary to break the glide up seal the do not turn upper hex nut. 4. Remove the interlocking carrier 4 from the actuator stem. 2. The retain 2 flat washer for the 1 lock washer reinstall. 5. Remove return spring plunger and remove plunger carrier assembly. Figure 7 lower base assembly. Figure 7 shows the plunge carrier assembly. 1 is a interlocking pin, 2 is the flathead screws, 3 is the stopper bar, 4 retaining ring, 5 washer, 6 carrier spring, 7 movable contact. 6. Remove 2 half flathead screws, 2 for the lock washers holding stop bar, 3 for the carrier assembly. Note the retain the interlocking 1 if applicable override spring with the reinstallation. 7. Remove retaining ring washer, carrier spring slide, movable contact off post. 8. Install new movable contact sliding on post, reinstall carrier spring washer. 5. Retaining ring 4. Remove the stop bar. 3. The carrier assembly, 2 head flat-headed screws, 2 the lock washer. Note ensure interlocking pin 1 if applicable overriding spring and replacing reassembling. Interlocking contact inspection, starting contactor, interlocking snap switches replaceable, any assembled manual operate, interlock while checking proper contact opening and closing of the ohm meter. General field decay contactor, remove the interlocking plaster cover to loosen cover screw 1 figure 6 front, lifting of the cat spring with the back of the interlocking assembly. 2. Inspect interlocking contact wear if any contact is worn with the contact material is into the basement metal. Complete interlocking replacement is recommended. Interlocking replacement starting contactor for easy removal of the insulation quick disconnect terminals. Inspect 4 figure 5 can be moved aside for each side mount screws, removing smaller screws 11, loosening larger screws 10. Moving the interlocking 4 for the lower base assembly. 1. Remove screw for the washer for the both sides of the interlock. 2. The install of the new interlock lower base assembly. Ensure the one view for the front over the contactor interlocking a contactor on the left. General field decay contactor. This assembly right stationary contact block. 3. Figure 6 left stationary contact block. 6. Lower base assembly. Remove the 2 mounting screws for each block. Unscrew the lower hex nut 5 of the actuator stem. 2. If necessary to break up the glide pole seal, do not turn with the upper hex nut. 3. Remove the interlocking carrier 4 with the accumulator's actuator stem and retain the flat washer lock washer reinstallation. Install the new interlocking carrier actuator stem on the flat washer lock washer hex nut 5. Do not turn upper hex nut at this time, and this will change with the contact gap of wipe values and ensure the carrier surface mark with the F faces front of the contactor. Install new and lock or like stationary contact blocks lower base. Assemble the 2 screw with the lock washer. Ensure the view for the front contactor block labeled A, B, C, D as on the left. Normally operate interlock carrier to verify that the normally closed contact opened before the normally open contact closed. Also verify that the contact gap wipe values specified by the server the data of the contact operation sequence, contact gap, contact wipe, and proper adjustment. Position of the carrier actuator stem, reposition hex nut necessary to obtain proper indication. 7. Hex nut with the actuator stem with the glide pole coil resistance test. Using an ohmmeter measure the resistance magnetic coil with the winding resistance should be specified and serve the data. Replace coil if necessary. Resistance not specified. Magnetic coil replacement. If the contactor is not already disassembled, separate lower base assembly 1 figure 5 with the upper base 2 with the performing steps 1 through 5 on our main contact inspection. 2. Separate magnetic coil frame 1 figure 8 from the upper base assembly. Remove the 4 screws L and 10 from the bottom of the frame. Insulation guide bushing may be drop free with the 2 assemblies separated. Alright, figure 8 shows the magnetic coil assembled. 1 magnetic coil frame, 2 cup washer, 3 jam nut, 4 lock washer, 5 magnetic coil, 6 mounting plate, 7 mounting plate plate screws, 8 core stop, 9 upper base assembly, 10 coil frame screws. Remove the core stop jam nut 3, lock washer 4 by returning clockwise. Remove the core step 8 with a down with out of frame 1 coil 5, 5 slide coil 5 with a cup washer 2 out of frame 6. Install the new coil by sliding into the frame. Ensure that A, the cup washer 2 is installed with the coil bottom of the concave side with the torque of the coil. Raise the rim. Remove the washer touching the coil. B, coil terminals are in the top half of the face of the contactor nameplate. And C, tab of the rear of the coil fits in the slot and with the mounting plate 6. 7, insert core stop 8 through the bottom of the frame 1 or up until the coil will turn clockwise from the bottom. By using a screwdriver, turn counterclockwise top and tighten core to stop to the fasten lock washer 4, jam nut 3, assemble frame 1, upper base assembly 9, install 4 screws 10 through bottom of the base. Ensure the frame insulator for the guide bushing is in place. Contactor reassembly. Clean all parts before reassembly. Do not use the solvent. Parts may be cleaned with a cloth, dusting brush, or dry compressed air. The arc blow out magnets removed. Must be in place in specific orientation. Each magnet, north magnetic pole marked with a yellow or red dot. Magnets must be installed with the north pole magnets on the outside of the contactor. Refer to figure 4. Contactor failure may result in proper installation of the magnets identified with the dot and may be removed with the north pole of the magnet. May be checked with the compass ring marked. Note steps 2 through 7 apply with the generator field decay contactor. Perform only those steps necessary for the complete reassemble the base and the amount with the disassembly performed during inspection replacement. Alright, 2, position plunger, assemble the lower base, assemble the inserting interlocking actuator 7 through the center hole, ensure with the yellow markings of the plunger face front of the contactor. 3, install interlocking carrier 4, figure 6, the actuator stem for using flat washer, lock washer, hex nut 5. Now turn upper hex nut at this time in the wheel chamber, the contact gap, the wipe values. Ensure with the carrier surface marked with the F face for the front of the contactor. Install interlocking stationary contact block 3 and 6. Lower base assembly 2 screw the lock washer. Ensure that they are viewed. When viewed, front contactor block labeled A, B, C, D on the left. Normally operate interlock carrier to verify that the normally closed contacts open before the normally open contacts close as verified with the contact gap wipe value specified. Ensure the data contact operation sequence, contact gap, contact wipe, and in proper adjustment position of the carrier 4 on the actuator stem. For repositioning hex nut necessary to obtain proper indication. 6, seal hex nut with the actuator stem 2 with a glide pole. 7, install of the plastic interlock cover tighten screw the 1 at the front. 8, stand upper base assembly 5, figure 9 upside down. Figure 9 show the contact reassembly. 1 would be our arc chute. 2 the movable contact. 3 lower base assembly. 4 yellow guide dots. 5 upper base assembly. 6 return spring. Install return spring 6 on the plunger for the partially insert of the plunger magnet with a magnet cord. 10 slide the 4 arc chutes 1 on the movable contacts to approximately final position. 11. Press plunger assembly down into the core hole in position. Arc shoots 1 into the final position. Continue the whole plunger assembly position. Lower base base 3 in place. Install the tighten 2 screws with washer and hold in lower base in the guide post. Install contact rear cover 7 figure 5 with the insulator 6. And if remove the fasten 4 screws 8 with lock washers. If the rear cover 7 and was not removed, replace the 2 screws lock washer holding rear cover to lower base assembly. If reassembling, contactor install the upper rear cover plate. Replace washer 4 screws and 13 install front cover 13 on contactor fasten 2 screws washers. Operational test magnetic coil starting contactor designed to intermittent duty only to avoid excessive heating. Do not energize coil more than 2 minutes at one time. Using a variable DC voltage supply, verify with the contactor pickup dropout voltage level to specify and with the data. If the valve values are not specified, adjust the core stop position by loosening the jam nut 3 figure 8. Turning the core stop 8 screw at the top of the magnet frame. After final adjustments of the core stop, retighten the jam nut. High pot test. Perform a high pot test as indicated in service data. You have starting contactor, main contactors, contact rating 1,000 amperes, contact gap minimum 532 centimeters, contact wipe 332 for the interlocking contacts A and B. A normally open, B normally closed. Contact rating continuous resistive of the load 3 amperes. Magnetic coil resistance 68 degrees Fahrenheit, 23.3 ohms plus or minus 10%. Operation working voltage 74 volt DC, pickup 36 volt DC, dropout 30 3 to 16 volt DC. Starting contactor, main contacts, contact rating 2000 amperes, contact gap minimum 532 of an inch, contact white 332 of an inch, resistance 68 degrees Fahrenheit, 34 ohms, plus or minus 5%. Operation work voltage 74 volt DC, pickup of 32 volt DC, dropout 3 to 16 volt DC, generator field decay. Contactor, main contact rating 300 amperes, contact gap minimum 532 of an inch, contact white minimum 332 of an inch, main contacts A to B, C to D, normally open, E, F, G to H, normally closed, contact rating 10 amperes, contact gap minimum 532 of an inch, contact white minimum 332 of an inch, magnetic coil resistance at 68 degrees Fahrenheit, 140 ohms, plus or minus 5%. Operation working voltage 74 volt, pickup 48 volt DC, dropout 5 to 28 volt DC, dropout time maximum 10 milliseconds. High pot 60 hertz 1 minute. Magnet coil to ground, magnet coil to main contacts to ground, auxiliary contacts to ground, interlock to interlock, contact to contact. Alright, the Electric Motor Division, General Motors Corporation, maintenance instruction, engine starting, generator field, decay, contactors, maintenance instruction 5300, revision D.